4, get my shoes and out the door. 5, I'm alive. 6, 7, 8, feeling great. 9, gonna shine, life is good. I'm doing fine. 10, gonna do it right and do it again, yeah. I look into the sky with all the beautiful color, but there's more than just for me, so gonna share it with another. I got to show, to give, let out. I want to sing and shout. Take a look and see a beautiful morning that turns into a beautiful evening, and together make a beautiful life. And if you wanna see, then come along with me, that's right.
Hi everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on Experience Michiana. You are in for a treat on this show, and shall I say, lots of different treats, because we are here at the South Bend Farmers Market. Not only do they have lots of vendors, but there's so much history here. And I really shouldn't say vendors, because when you go in there and go through the place, it really feels like you are connecting with friends and family. Speaking of friends and family, I'm meeting Courtney here, so let's go on in and enjoy today at South Bend Farmers Market.
Well, I'm so excited to be here with you, Diana. And I know I've been to the farmers market for a number of years, but I didn't realize you guys have been around for like 90 years. Is that right?
It's been over 90.
Oh my gosh.
We'll celebrate 100 years in a year and a half.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
That is amazing.
Yep.
Now, it didn't start here, though. Where did it start?
It started under a small bridge.
Okay.
Where a farmer broke down.
Really?
Yes.
You're like, I'm just
That
going to
is
set
how
up
it
right
started,
here.
and he set up, and then they came here, and then in 1970-ish they had a fire, but they rebuilt.
And this is where it still stands
And
today.
this is where still today.
And now, how many vendors do you have here on a given day?
We have about 70 spots inside the market, which are filled on Saturdays.
Okay.
And we have outside spots too for the summer months. So it varies between Tuesday and Thursday. It's a little less, maybe half of those are here.
Well, we are ready to go and visit the vendors here. Wait, hold on 1 second. We can't go shopping without farmers market bags. Okay, wait, red or green, because it's for Christmas here.
Okay, great.
Okay, good.
All right, awesome. We're ready to
We
shop
are
now.
ready to shop.
We're ready
Thank you
for
so
shopping.
much for
No
sharing the
problem.
history with us.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I can't believe it's been almost 100 years.
I know.
Well, let's go have some fun shopping then.
So this is one of my favorite places in the South Bend Farmers Market, because this is really where all the smells come from. It always smells so delicious here.
Yes, you are right.
And Ashley, you're with Delos Cafe.
Yep.
And you guys offer so many different things here. Tell us some of the things that you do offer.
So we have a popcorn made from scratch, as you could just see, tumbling
Making it
back
right
there.
now,
Making it right
live.
now, yep, at the scene. So we have popcorn, we've got caramel corn, we've got caramel apples, hot chocolate bombs, we've got nuts, coffee, we've got a whole bunch of things.
And the teas, really. I love looking through the teas
Yes,
and seeing what you
and
have to offer.
spices.
And the spices,
Yeah, so if you're a
too.
cook, we've got tons and tons of spices.
And
So
what's popular in the Christmas or the holiday season?
we make custom gift baskets that have a bunch of our different products, so it's all made from scratch right here, locally.
Oh, that's great. So a variety of items all
yes.
included.
Yep.
Okay.
So those are really popular.
And are we going to try some of the cheese
Yeah, you wanna try
popcorn?
some?
I do.
Okay.
And I see you have like the Chicago style with the cheese and caramel. I like that one too.
Sweet salty, it's delicious.
It is.
It's gonna be a little bit messy, so it's wet, but
Of course, I'll probably get it all over like I usually do. Look at
I
that.
got some napkins for you.
So you make this fresh every day?
every day, yes, multiple times a day.
Multiple
times a day, all day, yes.
That's amazing.
Yes,
Okay,
goes
I'm going to
fast.
try it. Cheese. This one's cheese?
Cheese popcorn, yep.
Oh, it's very cheesy.
It is cheesy.
it
It's
is
real
good.
cheese too.
Is real cheese?
Yep. So we don't use like the powder shake on stuff. We use real cheese.
Well, that's the difference between how I make it and how you
Yes,
make it here.
yes.
And reasonable prices here too.
Yeah, yeah.
Great for gift giving.
Yes.
How long have you guys been here at the farmers
Over
market?
30 years.
Here?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And you also
This
thank
is
you.
needed. Yep.
You also have teas and smoothies and things like that too, so
yeah,
people
we've
can
got all
wash it
different
down
drinks.
afterwards.
Yeah, lattes. We have coffee roasted and brewed here, so it's on tap.
What's your favorite thing about being a part of the South Bend Farmers Market?
You know, the community. And even when I'm not here, when I'm out and about in our other community, you know, people will stop me like, hey, you're the popcorn lady, or hey, the coffee lady.
they know
you know,
who
they
you
know,
are.
yes. So that's really cool. Or they'll come up here and people just walk up that I don't know personally, but they're like, hey, Ashley, how's your day today? And then they place their order. So
That's amazing.
it's a really big community. Yeah.
That's amazing. Well,
Yeah.
everything's delicious. I know there's so much more for us to check out. So we're going to keep moving, and I'm going to keep eating and snacking on this. If
definitely.
You don't mind. So
Nancy, didn't I tell you I was coming back?
Yes, you did.
All right, and here I am. And so I was walking by here before, and this is what stopped me. Okay, but first of all, this place is called A Wee Bit Warped. Shall I ask you, there's nothing warped about this place, so where'd you get the title?
Oh, yes, there is.
Is there?
Lots of things that are
Okay,
warped
well, tell
about
us,
this
all right,
place.
well, where'd you get the title? And then tell us what's a little bit warped then.
Okay, well, I am a weaver, and for every weaver, there is the warp and the weft. So
Oh.
everything I weave is a wee bit warped.
Okay, and what's the warp and the weft?
The warp is the threads that go through the first direction that I have to put on to make it, and then the weft is what I put through. So the warp has to be something that's very strong, and the weft can be anything from yarn to plastic bags to pieces of paper.
Oh my gosh, and I think I see you doing something there, and maybe we could get a chance to go behind and take a quick look.
Yes.
But this is why I stopped here. So it's soap crafted by Wool Emporium, and it's felt around the soap. I've never heard of that before. Tell us, where did you come up with the idea, and why is the felt around the soap?
Well, there are others who've been doing this for for ages, and I had been using it for a long time from other artists who were making it, and then I thought I can do this, so I learned how to do it myself. And basically, I take handmade soap and I go around it 3 times with wool rovings, very, very thin, very fine, of all different colors. I like to make the colors that show on the outside make sense with
Yes.
whatever the scent is inside.
This is
For
Autumn
instance-
Wreath.
Yes,
That's
this
why
is
it's-
Autumn
yeah,
Wreath, which
beautiful.
is why it has all the autumn colors on it. And then when you use it, you do not use a washcloth. The felting acts as the washcloths, and it's an exfoliant on your skin.
So
it's
nice.
really wonderful, and it just gets smaller and smaller and smaller, so you aren't losing the soap down into your drain. It's staying with the soap, and it just gets smaller and smaller, and eventually, all you have left is a little piece of felt.
Oh, and it smells so
It
good.
smells
it really
wonderful.
smells. Where were you when my kids were little? Because then they didn't need the washcloths. They never hung them up. They were always making a mess. Oh my
Right.
gosh. But this is great, and really make great stocking stuffers for
It does.
Christmas as well. So can we take a look behind there?
Yes,
See what
yes,
you're
come on
doing?
in.
Oh, this is beautiful. What are you making?
I am making a scarf in the Notre Dame tartan, the one that's the official tartan for the university, and I have a license to weave this with the
Oh.
university, and I change colors fairly regularly on this, so I need to put in some black, which is what I'm doing right now.
Now is this really difficult to do?
It's not difficult, it's time consuming. You get better with practice. Pretty much anybody could learn how to do it. It does take patience.
Well, you have been knitting since you were 5 years old.
I've been knitting since I was 5 because my grandmother taught me how to knit.
Oh, that's really nice. And you know, I've heard a lot of people are coming back to knitting, especially during the pandemic.
Yes.
It's kind of having a resurgence.
Oh, it is. Knitting and crocheting, the number of 20-somethings that I have that I sell my yarn to is just amazing. And they're loving it. They're making things for their friends. They're
That's
making
great.
hats. And all of my yarns that I sell are natural fibers.
Oh, very
so,
nice.
the 20 and 30-somethings especially like that. So it works
Absolutely.
really, really well.
Yeah,
Let's
okay,
see.
so-
Back through here. This is the weft. This here is the warp that I was telling you
Oh,
about.
okay.
And what I'm putting on now is the weft. So this is really fine merino wool that
I
comes
feel
from Australia.
that?
You can
Feel
feel
it?
it. It's really soft.
Wow, that is really
It's-
soft.
it's-
Where does it come from?
It comes from New Zealand
Oh.
initially, and then it's spun here in the United States.
Now
So
I see
it's
you
really
have
nice.
many items here that you sell. There's shawls, there's scarves. Can you make something special?
I do
someone?
custom pieces for people all the
Oh.
time. This actually is an order for someone in a particular size that he wanted this width. But I do pieces like the ones that are over there.
Yes, so pretty.
Every one of those basically is the second one. I would have done the first one for a customer, and I always make 2 because it takes so long to set it up.
Oh my goodness, Nancy, can I grab this real quick?
Yeah.
Are these rugs?
They are
or-
rugs.
Now, this is not knitting, right?
No,
what-
this is
okay.
weaving. I wove this on my big machine at home, and this is alpaca and llama,
Yes.
and it's woven out of this really thick yarn.
Wow, this is
And it's super
beautiful.
soft, isn't it?
It is very soft. That really caught my eye,
It's
along
so
with the soap.
soft. Yes,
And
it's-
actually everything else.
it is. It's
beautiful.
amazingly soft because it's alpaca and llama. and it's made from I got it from a farm that has their own alpaca and their own llamas, and then they process it totally, and they had 20 pounds of this, and I went, I must have it.
Oh, this is wonderful.
nice.
Nancy, are you here every time the market is open?
I'm generally here Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. If the market's open, I'm here.
Okay, great. All right, I have a little bit more running around to do, but save something up.
Okay, I'll do that.
Well, as we're heading into the holidays, gift giving is probably next on your list, and I know that shopping locally is so important, and we have so many great options here at the Stitches Back. And Jeff, I know your wife does a lot of the work here too, kind of the hands-on, if you will.
Yes, she does. She does all the embroidering for the towels and the napkin sets of 2, sets of 4, different designs, all seasonal stuff too.
Well, this is great. I've already jumped to Christmas, but I forgot Thanksgiving is coming up, right?
We have some Christmas things. We're still on the Thanksgiving mode.
Look at that.
We just took care of all the Halloween stuff. Is gone. She does a lot of seasonal stuff, spring, summer, fall, and winter, obviously for Christmas too.
Great. So she has all these beautiful, I mean, this is just beautiful work that she does here. And you have coasters too. All things great for gift giving. And you were telling us about these t-shirts too. Everything you have here is, or most of it is locally sourced too.
Locally sourced, women-owned, small business. My daughter does some of the greeting cards.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Julia's sister does some of the paintings.
Okay.
Can't get much more local than that. But this is a partnership we have with South Bend Locals. John is his name. He locally designed, locally made.
These are so cool.
He's just got a tie-in with Indiana Whiskey Company. We have hats and T-shirts here, different shirts. The area code 574 area codes, which is familiar to all of us.
Right, sure.
But John's been we've had a nice little partnership with John.
And I think it's so great because so many people have folks coming into town now that people are starting to move about. So this is really a great year to kind of offer these.
We do get a lot of questions about local stuff. We have a bunch of South Bend coasters and coffee mugs and travel mugs. We have a lot of the South Bend
and
marked
stuff for all ages too. I saw you guys have these little stickers. My kids love these stickers. I swear we have them on everything in our house. They're on the back of their phones, they're on their books for school, they're everywhere. So these are really cool too.
Yes, we've sold quite a few of those stickers.
I bet you have, probably
Keep them
even my
going.
kids.
And the buttons we have too. And we have a couple different kinds of stickers out too, as well as the knit pumpkins.
Oh, those are really
they're
cool.
Fresh. They're fresh.
They're fresh. Fresh.
We sold a lot of the pumpkins.
Oh, look how cute they
she was
are.
churning them out
And she makes these?
Yes, those are all hand knit.
She's so crafty.
Couple days ago, that was part of a ball of yarn. Yeah, that's how fresh they are.
Okay, mine would not look like that if I gave it a try. It would still be a ball of yarn.
Yes.
And then she also knits some of the little kid sweaters
the little
too.
kid sweaters, and we also have some little baby booties back here.
Oh.
That she knits. We get a lot of comments on.
Oh, look at those. Oh my gosh, I have to see those. So I have a few grandbabies. I have 2 granddaughters, and these would be adorable on them. Oh my gosh, how sweet. And she makes all of this.
Yes, she knits all the smaller knit stuff is all Julia's.
Oh wow, this is amazing. So great for gift giving, great for shopping for yourself too if you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
And really
Things
a
for
wide
everybody.
variety of things too here.
I think so.
Awesome. Well, thanks for showing us around, Jeff. Hope you can stop over here.
We're at Hetler Farms booth, and this is Mark. And Mark, I'm pretty sure people come here and say, it feels like you left this world and went to produce heaven because everything looks so beautiful. Like it looks like it's handmade or something. Like, it didn't even come out of the ground. It looks so great. Now, how long have you guys been here at the farmers market?
We started down, my brother and I are farmer partnership, and we started down here in 1983. So that's 38 years ago.
38 years. But your farm, you've been around for over 100 years?
Next year we'll be there 103 years.
Wow. And it's in the family?
Oh yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the farm and where are you guys located?
We're located, 21 miles due north of here.
All right, well that's great. Well, I'm looking at this produce and everything, like I said, it looks so beautiful. And you have eggplant here. I see you have oriental eggplant as well as regular eggplant.
That's still out of the field yet. And a lot of the product we have is still out of the field, and we'll pretty much run year round. And
this is beautiful. Look at these peppers. Very, very nice. Oh, kale?
That's came out of the field last night.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I know kale is really good. I mean, you throw a little olive oil on that, some salt and pepper. Now this is, you have a lot of different types of beets.
Yeah. These are the golden beets.
Now, aren't they difficult to cook? Because I love beets, but I always feel like I can't. That's gorgeous, actually.
Those are gorgeous. And then you got the good old red beets. everybody has.
What's the difference in the flavor? Is there a difference?
Just, the gold and the candy stripe are a little bit sweeter.
Sweeter? I'll take those.
Yeah, but no, they're all good, but they're not hard to cook. I think a lot of people like to boil them, and they boil the death out of them. It's a lot
Not
better,
too long, right?
it's a
Don't
lot
boil
better
them too
to
long.
roast them. I mean, you can boil them, but
Ooh, and then I see you have black radish.
Those are black radishes. Those are, most of the clientele that buys those, they seem to be from Eastern Europe.
Okay.
So it's kind of an ethnic vegetable, but those are not quite as hot, but almost like horseradish.
Oh, okay, so very spicy.
You can be very spicy.
Nice, and you have plenty of sweet potatoes because we know Thanksgiving's coming up. People love the sweet potatoes.
That's an unusual one, right? That's called Robbie, right in front of you.
Yes, I was about to ask you what this is. I've never seen this before.
Yeah, it's a vegetable. You peel it. It's texture of a radish.
So you can eat it raw as well.
You can eat it raw. Yeah, it's just take a little.
It almost looks like a melon or something.
It's crunchy like a radish.
Well, that's really good.
It has a cabbage flavor to it.
Yeah, it's a little sweet as well.
Yeah, well, and that's,
good.
and that's what happens with all of our coral crops is we get a couple frosts. They'll tend to sweeten a little bit, improve in flavor, especially Brussels sprouts, cabbage. We've had a killing frost on the summer vegetables, but we're still pulling the coral crop out of the field.
Very nice, and I see you still have lots of pumpkins for pumpkin
In
pie.
fact, I went out and I picked up some more pumpkins last night because surprisingly, people were buying pumpkins after Halloween. So, what the heck?
All right, well, thank you so much. Plenty of produce here at Hetler Farms booth. Thank you so much. This is actually really good.
Thanks, Kelly.
Well, not only is the South Bend Farmers Market a staple in the community, but the cafe inside is part of the staple of the community too. Jen, you're one of the chef here.
Yes.
This looks amazing.
Thank you.
This is one of your popular dishes here?
It's one of the specials that we feature throughout the winter. A lot of the stuff we get from the market is what we use here.
Okay.
So the only things that we get from an actual food delivery store is like our flour, our salt, our pepper, our butter.
Okay.
So you have potatoes from Hetler's, peppers, and onions from Hetler's and Johnson's. The chorizo is ground pork from Hyatt's, and then I make the chorizo. The eggs are from Hyatt's, and I made the sauce on top using everything from the market. So
That's amazing how you're able to utilize the resources.
it is. It's quite amazing because if you go to a normal restaurant and they run out of something, you can't just say, "Give me 1 second, I'll run to a vendor and get it for you." So
Right,
it's
exactly.
amazing. It's truly farm to fork.
So does that mean that your menu is kind of constantly changing?
I have a static menu which stays the same all the time, which has got your omelets, your breakfast, your BLT on it, and then I have a special menu that I run every week.
Okay.
So that one changes between soups and the skillets are on there. We have apple cider pancakes right now on there.
Oh,
So
I think I've had pumpkin pancakes here
Yes.
before. Yeah, those are delicious too.
Thank you.
It's always. I'm going to try a bite of this
Yeah.
if that's okay. And what is the sauce made of? You said
it is actually all the green, I guess, Latin style ingredients. So it's got cilantro and jalapenos and limes and green onions and a little bit of oil and garlic to tie it all together.
Oh, that's perfect. And a little spicy. That's delicious.
Thank you.
So how long have you worked here?
I've been here for 6 years, and I took over in February as the chef GM.
Okay, but the cafe itself has been here quite a long time.
Oh yes, quite a long time. We have quite a lot of regulars that like to tell us that they've been coming here since they were, kids with their grandparents, and they're in their
Really?
70s and 80s. So.
And I know I've had a number of friends when they've said, "Hey, my parents are coming to town. Where should I take them?" And so many people recommend just coming here to the Farmers Market Cafe. It's really kind of a community spot for people to bring family and friends.
Yes, it is. And the people that come in all the time, like you said, they're like family to us. We love them. We know their orders when they get in the door, and we get to sit and hang out with them, and we exchange
Somebody
Christmas
knows
cards.
her.
So,
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
that's amazing. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing this. And then I have to ask, what are some of your Christmas specials that are going to be coming up on the menu?
So we have a bunch of really cool things coming up. We are actually tailgating. We make tailgate boxes. So like say you're going to go tailgate at the Notre Dame game,
Okay.
and you want to do burgers and brats, but you don't want to run to 15 different stores. If you give me a call, we'll get it all packaged up for you, and then you can cook it right at the game, or we'll cook it for you and you can just warm it up. For the holidays, we're doing turkey, ham, and a cranberry orange balsamic glazed duck with all the sides, so you get to choose what you want. And the really neat thing we're doing this year is we're doing charcuterie boards.
Yay!
So everything will be fresh from the market. We're pickling our own veggies for it, and we're really, really excited about that one.
Oh, I love pickled veggies. Those
Yes.
are so good. So if people want to order anything like that, do they need to come into the market to do so?
They can come in, they can call, or they can message us on the Facebook page.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was wonderful.
Keep digging in. So.
Have a great day.
Thanks.
Well, this is Mom's. Is it Keithley's? Did I say that correctly?
You did.
And I love how it says taste the tradition, because the tradition started with your mom right here in South Bend.
Correct.
So tell us a little bit about how the Keithling tradition got started.
Well, in the late 1800s, Polish, Hungarians all settled into the South Bend area, came in for construction jobs, railroad jobs of the sort, and brought their recipes with them in the west side of South Bend, and they just opened their little bakeries, and some of the things kind of just stuck around. It's pretty much a South Bend native treat. 30 miles out of town, nobody knows what Keithley's are. So it's kind of a traditional South Bend treat.
Now, what is a Keithley?
It is a very delicate cookie. It has a very thin dough with moist filling, fresh ground walnuts, egg white, powdered sugar, little citrus is what we use. That is a traditional flavor. And I also offer original maple pecan. So it's pecans with a maple extract.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd love to try a
You bet.
sample
We have
here.
samples. They're safe.
So this one
Yep.
is...
They're all walnut on this counter.
They're all walnut? Okay, let me
And
try
then the
this.
other counter would be the maple pecan.
You know, I really learned something. I had no idea that this was kind of really native to South Bend.
Right, it is. A lot of people will call. They'll come
Mama,
in.
this is so good.
Thank
Trudy,
you.
this
They'll
is
come in
delicious.
from town and they'll say, "Oh, you know, I used to live here, and I miss the Keithleys, and these are just like my mom made, my grandma made, my aunt made. You know, we used to make them, but they're so time-consuming, and yours are good enough. We just come by ours." So
No, yours aren't good.
Fantastic.
They are fantastic. They are
Well, thank you.
delicious. I have to tell you, Trudy, it really is. I've never had one before. It's my first time. Absolutely delicious. I'm going to have to get some for my family for Thanksgiving.
great, you appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Brandon. I'm so excited to be here with Hyatt's Poultry. You guys have been here for generations, nearly since the beginning of the farmers market, which is almost 100 years old. Is that right?
Yep. Yeah, it started with my, well, I guess my boss's grandpa, and then from there it went to my boss's dad, and from there, obviously now my boss, which can't be here today, so.
Well, thank you for doing this.
Yep,
But
yep.
you guys have a variety of dairy and poultry. I didn't realize that you even have the honey too. Tell us
Yeah.
what all you have to offer here.
So down here is the, obviously the honey, so it goes from, we've got just regular raw honey, we've got whipped honey, cream honey.
Awesome. And then you have eggs here too. I know I already saw some people coming in and getting their eggs
Yeah,
for the week.
As you can see, they definitely clean us out too, like they
People
love
love
their
your
eggs up
eggs?
here, yes, yep.
And the cheese variety, this is amazing. I saw my favorite. My favorite is Munster.
Yep.
I've been eating Munster cheese since I was a kid. This is like something very special to me. Me and my grandpa used to get Munster cheese. What's your most popular cheese here?
So we have a couple different ones. A lot of people go down here for the yogurt cheese, which
one
is
is this one?
right down here at Aldi's,
Oh.
which is basically it's just a yogurt cultured cheese. So it's
What
not.
makes that different?
We have a sign about it actually. It's lactose free. It's for good for lactose intolerant
Okay.
people. It melts real well, like better than what your regular cheese would be melting at, and it's just overall it's just got a good flavor. Like it's super good.
And what about your poultry? What options do you have there?
We've got just about everything you could think of poultry related. I mean, we got the whole turkeys, you've got your chickens, we've got rabbits, we've got duck.
So this is all raised here locally too,
Yep.
and I know you said that the turkeys are pretty popular, especially for this time of year.
Yeah, they're all free range. They eat and sleep and do whatever they want when they want, and so they're happy
They're
chickens.
happy turkeys.
Yeah,
Well, they're
yep.
dead turkeys now, but
Right.
they'll be my dinner soon.
Yeah. So.
Okay, and you guys are here every time that the farmers market's open.
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Everything looks delicious, so I think there's plenty of things that people can stock up
Oh
for
yeah.
here.
Yep. We got fish and everything else too.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing.
Crab,
Everything.
lobster.
You need it? They have it.
We cannot come to the farmers market without stopping at Unity Gardens. And Elena, we're so glad to be here.
Yeah, I'm really glad to see you
Now, I know
guys.
Sarah's not here, but you have to tell her that we said hello.
I
We
absolutely
love
will.
Sarah, and everything that's here. I mean, you guys grow in the
Oh,
community.
yeah. I mean, I cut this myself yesterday.
Did
so,
you?
Yeah, I did.
Now tell us, because you really have so much here. Now these are the hot peppers here.
Yes, we are one of the few people in the area for whom you can actually find locally sourced hot peppers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I bought these before. Can I tell you? you need to get one for every member of your family this
Yes.
Christmas. These are wonderful. Can you tell us about these beeswax bombs?
Yeah, so our beeswax bombs we actually make all ourselves on the property over off of Bendix. And so we actually use our honey in all of our beeswax bombs as well. And pure essential oils in them. So whatever you see, so like the vanilla coconut, we use coconut and vanilla essential oil.
Very
And all of our
nice.
honey, yeah.
They're beeswax bomb and they're the bomb.
Yes, that is very true.
Tell Sarah she can use that if she wants.
I'll let her know.
Okay, and now the hot sauce.
Yeah, so Hobo Jim is actually one of our local community partners. He uses both our peppers and our honey in all of his sauces.
Nice.
Yeah, so we have things as hot as like Reaper's Delight, which is made with our Reaper peppers, honey, white chocolate, cherries, and a few other ingredients. And then we have things like Unity Gardens Ketchup on Fire, which is made with ghost peppers, and regular ketchup as well for people who don't like to kick it up a notch as much, which is more like myself. I'm not super into the spicy.
Not too spicy.
No, my mouth can't really handle those. But then we also have things like Sweet Heat Barbecue, which is just a nice, like, fun, different barbecue flavor. So
now we can't leave here before we talk about the honey.
Oh, absolutely
we got
not.
The honey in the hood, right?
We did just open our tasting station again in the last couple of weeks.
Nice.
So if people want to come and taste some of the honey before they buy, they're more than welcome to.
I want to try the ghost pepper honey.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Now, is this really kind of ghost pepper? Is it?
So it's not as hot as you're gonna think.
Okay,
So just to give you a little bit of a description, so when you taste it, it'll kind of warm in your mouth a little bit, but it's not gonna be like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die.
Okay. All right, let's try this. That is really good. Ooh, it's got a little kick to it.
Yeah,
but
so
like
it does
you
have a
said-
kick, but it's not overwhelming.
No.
Yeah, we only use, I'm trying to think, I think
nice.
it's like a teaspoon or less, or half a teaspoon in there to infuse it into the honey.
That is so good, Elena. I know we have to get going. Oh, but before I go, I definitely want to get my herbs.
Oh,
'Cause
yes,
I
for
can't
sure.
do Thanksgiving without my herbs. And thank you so much, Elena.
Thank
And
you.
please give Sarah our best.
I absolutely will.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh my goodness, Courtney, did we just have so much fun? And you know, it's not just vendors, it's kind of meeting friends along the way.
It is. We
It
had fun.
is.
We filled our bags.
Yes, we did. Yes,
a lot
we
of
did.
shopping to do, but you know, the vendors that we visited today is only a small sample of it. There's plenty more, especially on Saturdays. Is really when everybody is here. That's the best time to get here.
Yes, there is. And speaking of best time, just wanted to say, I know we said it last week, but having the best time with you this year, Courtney. I know.
I love you.
We didn't get to, because we had to do it through Zoom.
I
And we had to talk about it. But you know what? I got you a little something.
Oh my gosh.
I'll be at the farmer's market. You were talking about the, is it Keepling?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, there you go. All right.
Oh, I
know.
love you. Thank you so much.
Some sweets for somebody really sweet. Okay, now you can buy me something. Let's go. Okay, let's go.
Experience Michiana is made possible in part by the Community Foundation of St. Joseph County and the Indiana Arts Commission, which receives support from the state of Indiana and the National Endowment for the Arts.
This WNIT local production has been made possible in part by viewers like you. Thank you.